Hello, welcome back. It's what is it, January, middle of January, and I've just thought yesterday when it wasn't snowing, I thought I'd come and have a go at doing a bit of digging in the pond, and unfortunately I've messed up and possibly damaged the digger badly. What I failed to do was put antifreeze in it, because it does use a bit of water, and I think the block or the head has cracked. I'll show you what I did yesterday, and then you'll be able to see what the problem is. Let me just put you there for a minute. So if I fill up the radiator, it often needs topping up anyway, because it uses a bit of water, which I've always thought it just overheats and the water expands and goes out. But in fact, let me move the camera so you can see what I'm doing, if I can. Right, hopefully you can see what I'm doing now. That's the radiator there. That bit there is the air filter, and there's the engine. You possibly can't see the engine very well. And this is the air intake from the air filter to the engine. Anyway, so if I fill it up with water, well, it is actually freezing today, so it might not fill up, but I think it will. Normally it would only take about a litre to top it up, but as you can see, this is a lot more than a litre, so it's just continuing filling it up. So let me show you this. So here's the engine. This is the air intake that comes from the manifold. Now the other day I took this off, and it's frozen, but you can't see in there, but there's water coming out of the inlet manifold, which can only mean that somehow water is getting into the combustion chamber, which I guess either the head has cracked or the block has cracked because it's frozen, which is such a pain. But the other thing I did the other day, let me see if I can show you this. Well, just to take the dipstick out, let's move all these wires out of the way. See the dipsticks there, and look at that, watery oil is coming out of the dipstick tube. In fact, that's not even watery oil, that's pretty much just water. Let me put that back in. I'm making a mess everywhere. I can get it in, there we go. So I think what has happened is a crack either in one of the waterways that goes from the head to the back down to the block, or something like that, which is such a pain. So, but anyway, my fault. I should have put antifreeze in, but in my defence, it's not been that cold. It's only, I think it's 0 degrees now, and it's perhaps been down to -1 or 2 over the last few weeks, which I thought wouldn't really crack a block, but and it certainly didn't. Like this we've owned this digger for about 3 or 4 years, and it's never had antifreeze in it. So anyway, I think that's the problem, unless it was a problem that was there before and this has just made it get a bit worse. I'm not too sure. So what I think we're going to do, what I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to drain the oily water out of the gearbox, not the gearbox, out of the sump. I've got a pan to put that in, fill it up with new oil, and then turn the crank to get rid of any pressure that might be in one of the combustion chambers, and then I'm just going to see if I can get it to start, because if I can, that means at least I can move it, so I can get it up to there, which is a better location to be working on it, because at the moment this is right down at the bottom of the pond, so it's all a bit wet and messy. And the things that what we're possibly going to do is, first of all, try and get it to start, which it just simply might not start. There might be a bigger problem, and if I can get it to start, then I'm going to try and track it up there, and then take the head off and see what's going on, and then from then make a decision on what to do. I've tried to look for second-hand parts and there's basically none because of the age, and it's not a particularly common digger, so it's very difficult to get second-hand parts. If it's a crack in the head, there's the tiniest chance we could get it repaired. If it's in the block, then I doubt we'll be able to do anything, but I don't know, we'll have to take it head off and see. But first of all, try and get it to start. So what I'll do now, I'll drain the oil out, turn the crank to try and get rid of any water that's in the combustion chamber. I might have to take the glow plugs out to do that or something like that, and then take it from there. So we'll do that now. Right, I didn't bother recording that, but I was trying to undo the sump bung and it's just too tight and I can't undo it. So rather than try too hard and round it off, I thought I'll leave that till I've got some other tools here and see what I can do now. So see what I can do with that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and turn over the crank, because I think there's going to be water in the in one of the combustion chambers. Right, I can't turn that over, so I'm pretty sure there's water above one of the pistons. So now what I might try and do is, if I take the glow plugs out, I should be able to turn it over, squirt the water out, and then hopefully try and start it, or do something like that. I'm not sure yet. It is very cold and my hands are getting cold, so I might stop in a minute. That's the problem with working on things like this. You can't just put it on a trailer and take it to the workshop. You've got to sort it out. Well, plus it won't move because it needs its engine to drive the hydraulic pump to actually get it to move. So, so I've got to get it to start to be able to move it to look at it a bit better. Right, so we'll do these glow plugs. Let me just get, what tools have I got here? I think I've got some other tools. Let me just get some other tools. Wait there. Right, I'm back. I've got, I haven't actually got a spanner small enough to take the top of the glow plugs off. Let me just show you. They're the glow plugs. So I need to undo that little tiny screw on the top and then take the glow plugs out. I've just tried to undo this and naturally it broke off when I tried to undo it, which is the main feed to the glow plugs. So we're already creating ourselves a bit more work, which is that's just how it goes with these things. Right, so let me undo these, get you pointing in the right direction. Hello. So I need to undo the wires from the top. These tiny little, I think there must be 6mm or something like that, nuts on top of the glow plugs. Finally the last one, so it's all right with him. Oh, it was a bit stiff. In fact, what I might do, squirt a bit of WD-40 on him and screw him back in a bit. If I can get the socket on. Oh yeah. Okay, I can feel this one's quite tight, so what I'm going to do is keep screwing it in and out and putting WD-40 on it, just to try and let the WD-40 work down the threads a little bit, because if it snaps off then that's a pain. Whereas if I can spend a bit of time working it backwards and forwards, it might just help. That seems pretty free now, but we'll just give it a bit more. Oh yeah, that feels good now. Right, the last one. So now what we'll do, get the big spanner, and hopefully I can turn the crank over and it will squirt out any water. You want to have a look? Right, the camera's a bit precariously mounted, so if you suddenly see the sky, you'll know it's fallen off. Right, I can get the crank, the spanner on here. Right, oh, whoa, you see that? That's number 1 cylinder, clearly full of water. Move this stuff out of the way. Oh God, blimey. Still not turning. Why is that then? Let me try and go the other way, see what happens. Oh, it goes the other way, alright. Let's go the other way then as it's doing that. Can't actually see anything. It's starting to get a bit dark. It's what time is it? Oh, come on. Oh, it's 3:30. It kind of gets dark. Oh, there's some water in there as well. Kind of gets dark about 4:15 or maybe 4:30, but oh, did you see all that water come out there? Loads. Oh, there's water in there as well. I don't know if you can see it in the inlet. Let me. Dear. Poor little engine. It would be good if I could get it to start though. Although the other thing which might happen is if there's one of the... Oh, it stopped dead there. Oh, there's something else wrong then. What I was going to say was, if there's a crack between the oilway and the waterway in the head or the block or wherever it is, and I start it, it might start sucking up the sump oil into the combustion chamber and run away with itself, which would be a shock. So if I do try and start it, I'll have a piece of wood or something ready to just to put over that to starve it of oxygen. But you can't really see this, but I'm turning the crank over and it's stopping dead. Oh, let me do it again. Let's see if you can hear it. Can you hear that? If you watch me turning that, hang on. Watch me turning this, it just stops. Damn, so there's something mechanical wrong. So number 1 and number 3 were full of water, but as well as that, something's stopping it turning, which it can't be water because all the glow plugs are out. So, oh, what a pain. Well, I don't know what to do now. I was hoping that would turn over freely. I'd squirt the water out and then be able to try and start it, which I would have guessed it would have started, maybe not very well. It would have been on 3 cylinders or maybe only 2, but it's usually a very good starter. So what I'm going to have to do now, I'm going to take the head off, which isn't such a big deal, but it's a bit of a pain when I'm here inside a muddy pond and it's winter time. So I won't do that now because it's getting a bit late and it's kind of starting to get a bit dark and my hands are getting a bit cold. So what I might do is do that tomorrow. I think I've got, let's have a look what tools we're going to need. So we're going to have to take the rocker cover off. That's just a couple of nuts there. Take the pipes off for the injectors. They look pretty straightforward. Inlet manifold can stay on, and then back here, well, I don't think I'll be able to get to take the exhaust manifold off, but I can certainly take the exhaust off. So what I might do is just squirt that with a bit of WD-40 now, so that it's got a bit of time to soak in. Let's give everything a good squirt. Undo all them. What else is there to it? That's about it. Oh, maybe something over here. but they won't need them, just need to take that hose off. That's about it. That shouldn't be too bad. And then undo these cylinder head bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 there. I can't see, the other 5 must be under the rocker cover, I think. Just squirt all this. They're the main ones. Yeah, so we'll do that.